very good morning, and what is a fairly pleasant Tuesday morning here in Manchester. I hope I find you very well. What I want to talk about today, just a very small video, I think, this one, because I just want to kind of get your feedback. I want to talk about new Top Gear. Let me first say that I actually haven't watched new Top Gear. Solely on the basis I don't particularly like Chris Evans, I don't particularly like Matt LeBlanc, I don't particularly like Sabine Schmidt. The other guy, Chris, whatever his name is, who's used to work for What Car, is okay. And obviously I know nothing about the other presenter who was a member of the public. So why do I actually want to talk about Top Gear when I don't watch it? Well, what I want to say is, I'll back up what I want to say by going a little bit back in time. I have to say that I was a supporter of Mr. Clarkson's sacking from old Top Gear because I didn't believe what he did was correct, and I also believe that anybody who signed a petition to get his job back was, by extension, aligning themselves with what he did. Which, as we are well aware, he punched somebody solely for not getting his dinner on time. So to move away from that, we're all very aware that the Three Amigos have now moved to Amazon, are coming up with something called the Grand Tour, which I'm sure is just going to be an extension of the old stuff revamped, which was kind of happening towards the end of old new Top Gear, as it were. They were rehashing a lot of the old stuff because they just couldn't come up with any new ideas. So the new Top Gear, I have watched one or two of the reviews online, and they all seem to be unanimous in the fact that what is actually happening is that Chris Evans is trying his hardest to do his very, very best Jeremy Clarkson impression. Now, my view kind of is this: what they should have done, perhaps, is, you may or may not be aware that Fifth Gear, which was the rival TV show, originally on TV through Channel 5 here in the UK, it was then bought up by Discovery. Discovery then stopped making it, and it was handed to Quest. Quest have funded a series, but now they've canned it. So basically, Fifth Gear and all its presenters, so Tiff Needell, Vicky Butler-Henderson, Jason Plato and Johnny Smith, are now out of a job. So the point I'm coming to here is should the BBC, in their wisdom, have not made Top Gear Top Gear? Although the BBC own the title Top Gear, would it be better had they launched a brand new TV show about cars and not called it Top Gear? Call it something else and make a brand new show so that we, the audience, the people that used to love Top Gear with the other three lunatics, weren't expecting more of the same, as it were. We had, I think the audience had very, very high expectations going into the new series, and it seems like that hasn't delivered. So, hypothetically, given the fact that Fifth Gear has now been canned, would it be an idea, or would it have been an idea for the BBC to, and I am going to use the word here, re-employ Tiff Needell, Vicky Butler-Henderson, who are both ex-Top Gear presenters, Johnny Smith and Jason Plato, the touring racing car driver, and do not necessarily Fifth Gear on the BBC, but a more motorist-based show where they actually review cars and talk about fuel economy and design and all that kind of thing. Would that be a better idea than we as the viewers would have known? It is something completely different. It isn't, you know, three guys doing excessive challenges of, you know, an Aston Martin racing down to Monte Carlo while the other two are on a train, or whatever it is. I think the key thing for me here is that they've come back with the same program name, and they've tried to recreate the same program. Now, you can't do that because you had three presenters who were, for want of a better phrase, beloved by the viewing public, and you've got people who are coming into it who are known for other things, not for motorist journalism. You've got, you know, Chris Evans, and yes, okay, he owns 8 Ferraris or whatever it is he's got in his garage, but he's a radio DJ. You know, Matt LeBlanc, ex-Friends actor, you know, and so on and so forth. So would it have been better for them to keep their ear to the ground? They would have heard that Fifth Gear was coming to an end, and maybe they should have brought it back to what Top Gear was in the early days. Now, I've been watching Top Gear for many, many years, since the 70s. I remember so far back that Raymond Baxter was a Top Gear presenter, William Willard, Michael Rodd, and here's one for you, Noel Edmonds. Yes, Noel Edmonds was a Top Gear presenter. So would it have been better for them to relaunch a motoring show, not called it Top Gear, and brought in maybe some of the old guard, people who they know and trust, to give good, full-bodied, honest reviews about cars, rather than trying to recreate something which was never going to be recreated, because you needed that chemistry between the three guys who have now left, who will be doing exactly the same stuff on Amazon as they did on BBC Two. So that's it. Let me know. Let me know what your feelings are on this, and let me know what your ideas are. What could the BBC have done? Because from what I see from reviews on YouTube, it's not going down particularly well. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you very much indeed for my couple of new subscribers. I think I've got back to you this morning. If you find this one interesting, give it a thumbs up. If you're wondering, is it all like this? It isn't. There's all sorts of stuff in my nonsense back catalogue, so have a look and find what may well be of interest to you there. There's science and conspiracy theories and news and watches, of course. We can't forget watches. So if you're liking this one, you feel as though you might want to be watching some future stuff, hit the subscribe button, and I will look forward to seeing your name in the lists and chatting to you in the comments section. So that's for now, people, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.